Hello, everybody. I got a hard one for you today, but it's really beautiful and really fantastic study. So, white to move here, and we have a rook and a knight, so we're up in material a lot. The problem is, of course, this little pawn from black who goes and promotes the next move for him if we can't do anything about it. So, we need to stop this. And there are some ideas. I fell in the trap here. I thought I solved it, but that was a trap. So if you think you solved it, perhaps you should look closer and realize that it might not be the right solution. So, as always, there's only one variation that leads to victory for white, and now it's time for you to try to find it. So, pause the video and analyze this on your own all the way and see if you can find out how white wins this. Go ahead. Okay, welcome back. Well, obviously, the rook cannot go here. It will be taken and promoted, and we will lose for sure. So we need to sacrifice. It's okay to sacrifice both the rook and the knight on this pawn or on the queen that it will become, and we will still win this because the black king is too far away, and this pawn will be able to win it for us. But it's not that easy. So now let's look at what I thought was the right solution first, which is not. It's not the right solution to play rook c6. It looks good, but black will promote to a queen. We will give a check here, force the king out to b7 or b8, and then we can give another check. And yes, if black takes this, well, then we're gonna win. And just move our king, and the pawn is winning. But this is not the case. After the check on b6, black will not take the rook. Instead, he will play the very, very brilliant move and go back to a8 with the king. Now look at this. This is a stalemate trap. If we take the queen here, it's a stalemate. The black king cannot go anywhere, and that's a draw. And it turns out after the king comes here, white cannot really do anything. Perpetual check, perhaps, like this. But of course, that's not the winning either. This is just a draw, and we have to realize that this is the best we're going to get out of this. Okay, so we have to find something else. And you can look at this. Check here first. The king comes out to b8, and then we move rook a6. But this will be the exact same variation. Black will promote. We will give a check here, and black will not take the rook. Instead, he will go back to a8. And it's the exact same situation as before. This is not winning either. This is just a draw because we are forced into putting black into a stalemate. Oh my god. Okay, we have to find something new. Here comes another complex solution that we think might be a solution, but it's not either. Start with rook a7 check, king b8, and then a friend of mine suggested this move, knight d6. This looks great. If black promotes, then there will be a check here, and there's no stalemate traps. I cannot do this because he will have another square to go to. And if he takes here, it's also winning for white because the pawn here will win, of course. And now let's go back to what the idea then. Of course, he cannot promote. And the idea was that if black takes the rook, which is the only other option he has, then we'll give a check. And then we will be able to stop this on either knight a3 or c3, and we stop the pawn. But it turns out this is not winning either because the black king is just too close. Now he will approach. He cannot go here due to this check with a fork. But black plays the exact best move here, king a5. And now we make room for our own pawn here, but this is just too slow. We will attack the knight. We come down here and we start walking with our pawn, but as you see, this is just too far away. King c2, And if we check, he will just go back, etc., something like this. And if we then instead allow him to take the knight, well, we will get queen at the same time. In this case, black will get a queen with a check. It doesn't have to put the king, our king, on g6 exactly. Could have been on g7 or g5, but it doesn't matter. We got one queen each, and this is not winning either. So the whole variation of this falls due to we don't have enough time to get this pawn into promotion. So here comes the right solution. The key move and the variation that wins this is we start with a check on b6 with our knight. The king is forced to b8. And from here we have a brilliant move. If you haven't seen it before, now you can pause the video, see if you find the way white wins from here. Go ahead. Okay, here we go. The key move here is the brilliant rook to c3. This is amazing. Okay, of course, we are now threatening to put the rook on b3. So black's only option is to promote here. And now we have a winning variation. And it starts with knight d7 check. With the idea, of course, you cannot go to the c file. It's guarded. If it goes here, then we simply give a check. And we end up with a fork. We get the queen. We even get to keep our knight. And this is winning, of course. So black doesn't have to go to b7. It can go to a8 or a7. But it doesn't matter. What do we do here? We give a check first on a3. And as you see, these two squares are covered by the knight. So the king has to go back to b7. And now we do it again. Here comes the check. Take. Fork. And even if he started running towards our pawn, doesn't matter. We will have time enough. And either way, we would have had the knight to help. So this is winning for sure as white. So that's how we do it. From the beginning, very smart check here. King moves, and we follow up with rook c3. And then we'll be able to sacrifice the rook and get it back with a knight fork. So anyone managed to solve this on your own? Then I'm very impressed. You did a very good job. Please write in the comment section if you managed to solve this, or just leave a comment about what you think about this little puzzle. So tomorrow there will be another puzzle as always, and of course all of you are very welcome to come back to my channel, Chess Strategy. See you then. Bye bye everybody. See you.